Looks like it doesn't look bright or something. Really do not like the way kind of I don't know. This side, I don't know. Somehow it's going to be better. Hello, Dr. Pepe. Welcome to my life. Yeah, welcome. Highly welcome to this life. Matt Queen, hi. You're welcome to my life. Thanks for joining in. Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you for your support. If you are yet to subscribe to this channel, you can do well by subscribing to the channel. The channel is all about public speaking. We talk about educative programs and all of that. Oh, Kingdom, you're welcome to my life. Kingdom Visions. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for joining my life. So today we are going to be discussing about something interesting, something educative, something that I know a lot of us on the life can definitely pick one or two things from. Yeah. So we are talking about leaders in this age, leaders in 2025. Sorry, don't mind my, I don't know if it is the sun or something, I don't know, but it doesn't look sharp to me. So I was trying to look for a better spot, but I couldn't get. So I decided to just stay back in the car and do this live. Sometimes you just need to explore. Not every time you do your life in your room or something. So today I just want to discuss leaders in digital age. In this time, in this season, the leaders we are breeding, the leaders that are growing with us. But first of all, let me welcome all of you, specially because you are all special. You're welcome to my life. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for supporting. Anytime I say I'm going on live, you guys are always there to support, to cheer me up, to keep me going. Thank you. I really appreciate. So today's live section is something I'm always glad to speak about: leadership. Yeah, because I have passion for leadership, I have passion for connection, I have passion for empathy. It's people that have empathy. Um, should I say I am an empathetic person. I like to put people in my shoes before I do things. I pinch myself before doing it to others. So today we are just going to be talking about something that has been on my heart. Though I always talk about it in my videos, in my previous videos, but I think this time around, as the world evolves, let's evolve around the world too. So that's what I'm saying. Leaders in this digital age, present time leaders. And in one of my videos, I've always said that you do not need a title to become a leader. You don't need to be maybe called the chairman, the secretary, the deputy, the whatever. You don't need that before you. Your presence is what matters. Your role is what matters. What you are able to do, what people are able to learn from you. Your influence is what actually matter for you to make a better leader. So today we are just going to be diving into the leaders of the digital age, leaders in 2025. And I'm going to be mentioning a few people that I know that have influenced people in one way or the other when it comes to leadership aspect. You know, there are a lot of things that has happened, and I'm going to be using Nigeria as an example. We have so many youth, so many young ones arising, and they are not holding a post, but they could speak up. They could do one or two things that influence people, and people would say, oh, this one is what a leader. you know that's what we are about talking about today. So before we dive in, if you're on the comment section, can you please just tell me, do you consider yourself as a leader? If you do consider yourself as a leader, please let me know. And if you do not, please let me know in the comments. But for me, I believe everyone is a leader. As much as you come from different background, different family, in your family, you might be a leader. Not necessarily gathering a lot of people or a number of people. You can start leading from your home. You can lead your younger ones, you can lead your elder ones, you can lead people in your family. So it's not everybody that needs a larger audience or that need larger people to control them that makes you a leader. In your home, you are also a leader. Thank you. I really don't like this. I mean, it's too sunny or something. I don't know. Trying to get the better spots so I can have a good video. Yeah, Kingdom, you're welcome to my life. Thank you for joining. I see you already joined with one this thing before. Thank you for your support. You have always been very supportive. I really appreciate that about you. So today you're a leader. Good. I love people that admit that they are leaders, even when you don't need to when you don't need to lead a large number of people. In your home, we are all leaders. So even there is one type of leadership that I spoke about in one of my videos. I told types of leadership: situational leadership. Under situational leadership, you are a leader. If you are a mother, if you are a father, you are a leader because your children looks up to you. One time you are coaching, the next minute you are commanding, the other minute you are trying to share them up. You're trying to say one or two things that they will definitely learn from you. Do you understand? So, but today, what we just want to talk about is leaders in this present age and time. Leaders in 2025. What makes up a leader in 2025 is what we are trying to expatiate, what we are trying to talk about. So, sorry, I don't know, I'm not getting the right sunlight for this, and I don't like it. Okay, I think I will manage this. Yeah, yeah, I think I'll manage this. Though I don't know, maybe it's the settings, I don't know. I'll get to manage this. Yeah. So I asked if you're a leader. I think I've gotten this life. I'll it's a pleasure because sometimes you don't need too many people to to share you up. You just need one person to share you up, keep you going. And thank you for everyone in my life. Thank you for keeping me going. So let's be honest. Leadership has been redefined, especially in this present age and time. In the past, a leader are always people with title. They are title holders. But in this present age, in this computer age, in this AI age, everything has changed. You don't need to become a leader before you speak for people. You don't need to be, you don't need to hold a title before you speak up for people. You don't need to hold a title before you can be at the forefront and fighting the cause of people. So today, a leader means your influence. Today, a leader is your influence. The moment you can talk to people, the moment you can make people do things without fear or without forcing them, that is an influence, and that makes you a leader. So, talking about leadership is about your voice, is about your ability, is about showing up, speaking up for people, and offering value online and offline. So, think about this. A young woman just online sharing a story, and there and then the story spark a global impact or a global movement. Look at this lady that spoke about how God spoke to her about her father being neglected by the family members and all of that. You can see that video that she did just spark a reaction. It sparked a movement. She has her influence now. If she comes out tomorrow and speak on anything, people will listen to her. People will hear her because she was just sharing a story, and then it sparked a global impact. People would have learned one of two things from what happened. So you don't need to hold a title. She doesn't hold any title. And she might even be the last born of her family. And look at it. She was able to she was able to do something that influenced people. The courage was there. The ability to carry out what God told her was there. She did everything, and no matter what, we will still keep talking about her. We will still keep referring to that incident in years to come. Sharing your story. Another lady that I wanted to talk about is that lady that's NYC lady, the one that served in Lagos, and she was just talking about how the inflation of prices of food. She was just talking about it and how frustrating it is. You can see that as also spark, yeah, Ifunaya story. Kenny Cooks, thank you for joining my life, sister. Thank you. Thank you for joining my life. Raye, Abi, what's her name? So that Lagos State copper, she also, hi Abdurrahman, thank you for joining my life. Thank you for your support all the time. I sincerely appreciate you guys. Thank you. So Raye also came out to lament about the inflation of prices of food and all of that, and there and then it's also sparked a movement. People were in support of her because actually people were going through and are still going through. So with Raye, with Ifunaya, they are an influence. They are influence. Tomorrow, if they come out to say something, you people rally around them because they've been sparking movement. Those are the people that could be called leaders. Because I will still get to a point where I will mention the 3 V's that you must have when you call yourself a leader, or the characteristics of a lead that you must have. The 3 V's of a leader. These people were able to speak up. They were able to come out. People can see them with so much passion for what they are talking about. Until today, they were able to spark a movement. So, a man with no title, but the courage to speak the truth. A man with no title, but the courage to speak the truth. I know of someone, um, he actually happened to be my schoolmate, I don't know. I know you people might know him, Mr. Macaroni. Yeah. Sometimes I like the way he speaks. You understand? Without fear or favor. He doesn't have anything to collect from you, but he will always speak his mind. He will always speak his truth, no matter what. He will always speak his truth. So take a look at a man that will come out to speak their truth. Those kind of people, they are leaders. No title, but they speak their truth to power. People will surely gather around such people. People will gather around such people. So even a soft-spoken person with the right words can lead hearts. A soft-spoken person, you don't need, I'm so sorry, you don't need to be too hard on yourself to prove yourself to be or you don't need people to, you don't even need people to like, oh, but that's the person that can do it, because you are trying to force yourself or you are trying to be another kind of person. Yeah, Mr. Debo, yeah, Mr. Macaroni. He went to Livingstone College, and that's why that my secondary school, yeah. So you see, that is the type of scenario that I'm trying to give you. A young woman just sharing a story. She doesn't even know what it will do. She's just talking about it. She's just sharing her story. This is my story. This is how my family or my dad's family left him. Or Riot just talking about what she's facing, about the high prices of goods in the market. Maybe then she can't afford to buy, or she was having an amount with her, and when she got to the market, she realized that what she bought yesterday, it has inflated. It could be frustrating. Someone would definitely speak out. You could speak out. So, and even a soft-spoken person with the right words can also spark influence. People will gather around the person because the person right to say, the person has something good to say. So qualities of a modern leader. Yeah, these leaders of these days, what quality do they possess? They possess distinctive qualities, and those qualities, that quality is where I think I have mentioned it before, but now I'm going to be more emphatical. I said the three V's. I call them the three V's. Number one is your voice. Your voice is your power. It is very, very important. If we cannot voice out, or if you cannot voice out, then you can't be called a leader. You need to talk when need be, or when need arises. You need to talk. You need to talk. So if you can't speak up, you cannot lead. You need to speak up. You need to speak out. It's not about being loud. No, don't get me wrong. You don't need to be loud about it, but be clear, be concise. Loudness does not do it. Loudness does not make things work out. But be clear. Speak out. Let people know what you want. This is what we want. This is how we can do it, and everything becomes workable. That's the number one. Voice. Speak up. Speak up. Speak out. Show up. Let's talk about it. So, the second on the list is visibility. I'm talking about the three V's, the characteristics of a modern leader. I call them three V's. The first one is your voice. The second one is your visibility. If you don't show up, if people don't see you, how do they hear you? How how do you expect them to know what you have in stock for them? You can't just sit in one corner and say you are a leader. You must show up either in camera, either offline or online. Show up. That's what we just need. Show up in places that matters. Show up in places that matters. So visibility means you must show up. Let people see you, that you are good for this. You can do this. So the third one is value. You must have something to offer, something important, something tangible, something very valuable, something that maybe someone else could not even offer. If they don't see you in particular, They may not be able to move on. They may not to go into some particular thing without you because you are valuable. There is one value you have that others don't have. So you must be valuable. So the three characteristics of a modern leader is voice, visibility, and value. Either ways, you have to lend your voice. You have to speak up where necessary. You have to speak up when need arises. You have to show up as well as have value, have something to give, have something to offer. If you don't have anything to offer, then I'm sorry. So that's it. But let me pause and ask you this question. Which of these three V's or whatever, do you think you need to work on the most? Is it your voice? Is it your visibility or your value? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. Which of the three V's, the characteristics of a leader that you need to work on? Are you shy to show up? Are you or are you scared to speak up? You have value, but you don't know how to use them. You don't know how to start putting it to use, letting people know that, oh, this person has value. Which of those that I mentioned that you will really need to work on? Some people might be shy and say, oh, I don't want to be visible. Some people are like that. Yeah, great leaders communicate vision simply and often through storytelling, examples, and shared goals. Yeah, that's great leaders. They communicate vision, of course. They do communicate vision. I think we can, you know, when it comes to leadership, there are types of leadership, right? And great leaders that communicate vision, I think those ones are under this transformational leadership. People like Martin Luther King, people like Oprah Winfrey, they communicate vision. They speak, they what you want to make it in life. They want you to become someone that they can always look up to, that say, oh, this person, we can leave something for this person. So when it comes to communication of vision, you can see those ones through transformational leaders. Yeah. So that is it. And we have about 8 types of leadership. You can, all of these you wrote can just be under one or two of those leadership. Like, it can also be under situational leadership that I said, if you are a parent, you are a leader. Because that moment you have to lead your kids. One moment you are coaching, the other moment you are correcting, the third moment you are trying to guide them, all of those. So thank you for giving us this point, Cesar Shipta. Thank you so much. God bless you. So in this present age and time, I want you to let's talk about what is going on around us and the leaders that are arising for today. The leaders that are arising. I'm not talking about the old men, or no, I'm talking about the young generation. What do you see in them? The positive impact that you see in them, that you feel like, oh, we can also inculcate these in our daily lives. It doesn't matter, but one day we all can become a leader with even title that you can even use for yourself. You can use to promote yourself. You can use to elevate yourself and also elevate the society. Because when you look at most of these things that the young generation do, and you feel like, oh, this idea this person brought out, I can also use it for myself. And there then maybe you you are being elected to lead a particular group or a particular section, or even politically you can lead, you can apply it. So I think that's the cause of the discussion for today. So because in this present age and time, we need to talk about leaders. We need to talk about leading, especially. So moving on, I just feel like let me share a bit of my own story. There was a time I didn't even see myself as a leader. Yeah, I didn't see myself as a leader. Maybe way before I got into the higher institution. But I thought there's someone that might want to listen to me. There's someone out there that want to listen to me. And I felt, oh, you could do it. Even before I became the student union general secretary, I had always wanted to lead. But I have this notion that who will listen to you? Who will listen to you? And we did even elect you, because in student union the students have to elect their president, have to elect their other executives. So I was like, do I really have what it takes to be elected? What about my manifestos? Will people want to listen to my manifestos? Are my manifestos what the school actually need? You know, your manifesto is what you intend to do for the school. Of when you get to a particular post, your manifesto are what you intend to do when you get there. So I was like, my manifesto, is it what the students need in particular? But there and then I need to decide for myself, like, if I do not speak out the same way I'm not saying this thing, and another person is also doing that and saying, no, I don't want to, then who will be there to do it? Then I just said, oh, let me just take up this mantle. I contested for the post of SUJ president, but later on I was just nominated for SUG General Secretary. And then I went with my opponent and I won the election with over 18,000 students voting for me. So you see, I just took it up upon myself, like, I am going to do this. Today you might feel, who is watching you, who will listen to you, or who will even relate with your message. No, it's not the time for you to think like that. It is time for you to speak out. It is the time for you to show yourself, and it is the time for you to add value to the society. So that's a little of my story. Thank you. And today I just want to encourage you that you do not need a platform for you to be a leader. Yeah, you don't need a platform. If you ever felt you're too small to lead, you are exactly the kind of leader this age needs, because you are not too small to lead. Your voice matters. Your visibility matters. Your value matters. You are real, and that's what people connect to. You are real. That's what people connect to. People connect to authenticity. So before we just wrap this up, I think I would love to hear your thoughts. What's one way you are going to lead differently after today's talk? There's one way you're going to lead differently. You're going to be different when you get to a particular post, or you don't even need to get to a particular post before you lead. What is one thing you are going to do differently when you get a chance to lead? Let me know in the comment section. And I'm here to answer your question. Thank you. So let me know in the comments one way you're going to lead differently from the way you've been leading, or you've never led anyone before. One way you're going to infuse into your daily life as part of leadership. I want to know in the comment section. And if you found today's life interesting, please share amongst your loved ones, your colleagues, your brothers, your sisters, everyone around you. You can share, because this topic is very important. And in this present age and time in Nigeria, we need good leaders. We need young, able bodied people that will stand up and speak and say, we want to also lead. We need people like that. People that will stand up to speak. Young people, smart and talented people to come and lead. We don't need old people again. Though we can also have gain or have some knowledge from them, but their health and everything might not be able to. But we need young people. And if we can speak up for this generation, if we can start doing that now, I bet it with you everything is great. Oh, Kingdom, you're the one chatting. Yeah, I lead with empathy. Of you see, I'm a very how do I say it? I'm very particular about empathy when it comes to leadership. You must be empathetic. Put people in your shoes. You don't treat people like they don't matter. No. I lead with empathy and emotional intelligence. Very correct. Today, people want to feel valued as human. Of course, we all want to feel valued. In Yoruba parlance, they say "Bashiberu labomo." Even if you're richer than anyone or whatever, you should treat people equally, because we are of the same noble. Do you understand? So, not just workers, but we should take time to listen, understand struggles, and support mental health. Very correct. Very correct. One of the greatest characteristics a leader must actually possess is empathy. You must be empathetic. Also create a culture of psychological safety where everyone feels safe to speak without fear or favor. Yes, exactly. That's what you're going to do. You see, you have a good characteristics. You need to come and lead Nigeria, please. Because no, we want leaders like this. Forget about age, you know, forget about age. In this time and age, we need young people who can think ahead, who can who can make everything just work out. So you see, we just need young people. We need people that can think ahead. We need people that are creative minds. Do you as in people that can move the country forward? That's what we need. So leaders in 2025 must possess the following that we have mentioned in the past: your voice, your visibility matters, and your value. Also be transparent and communicate authentically. Yes, yes. Undervalue inspiration, knowledge, empathy. Yeah, grateful to be here. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you for joining. I sincerely appreciate you. Kingdom, I sincerely appreciate you. Let me see who else is on my life. Kenny Cooks, my sister, you're welcome to my life. Yeah. Matt Gwyn, you're welcome to my life. Dr. Pepper King, welcome to my life. Thank you for joining in. Thank you for your support. I sincerely appreciate. God bless you all. Yeah. Empathy, something that helps other grow. That is your value. That is your value. And in 2025, in this present age, that is what people need for them to call a leader. It's not when you are being called a chairman of an organization or the chairman of this local government and you did not add value. The people did not even know you. They don't know you. Even your voice did not speak for people. So how then are you a leader? Empower your team to challenge the status quo. Yeah, to challenge what has been there before. Challenge it. Why is this one like this? Why not? Why is it not supposed to be like this? Why we can change the way it was before? Let it be a better one. Everything that has been there before, we can change it. Even the constitution. If you feel it's not right, we can change it. We can amend it. So you see, you are leading, people don't know you, people have never heard your voice, you can't speak on behalf of people, you are not empathetic, you watch people cry every day, talk about how things are hard, talk about even the littlest thing, people don't have access to it, and then you feel like you are leading. No, I don't think that's a leadership characteristics. People must feel comfortable around you. People must feel your impact. This is the time for us all to speak up. To speak up. You don't need a title to speak up. Your voice can do a lot of things. It can be an influence. Your voice can be an influence. Please, my people, let's speak up. You don't need to be addressed as doctor, Abi, chairman, manager, whatever. No, just let's try to speak up. So let's build diverse and inclusive teams, no segregation. Wow, you have a lot of ideas. Yeah, you can build diverse and inclusive team. Okay, this team, this is what we are going to be doing. This team, this is what we will be doing. This is how we will go about it. You communicate with the team on, even if you can't do that daily, at least on a fortnight basis, on weekly basis, or whatever. Those teams will definitely give you feedback, and from feedbacks you'll be able to deduce one or two things. You have, you see, I'm learning from your wealth of experience. I'm learning from whatever you're talking about now. You see, that's what we are talking about. People must come out to talk, to share their ideas. It can go a long way. Someone else like me can decide to come talk about leadership today, and from there it goes viral. And before we know it, one or two things are changing. That is the leaders in 2025. We need you to speak up so that you can have an influence. So that we all can have an influence. Please speak up. So that's that about it. So I was just trying to tell my audience or everyone out there that is supporting, there should be fairness in opportunities, pay, and recognition. There's always this is always absent in organization. You know that. Even in every as in this thing is not only in the government and parahouse, it's even in private firms everywhere. People are not fair. Employers are not fair. It's always absent. There should be fairness. But it is the day we all learn to be empathetic and all learn to treat people equally. I think that is when most of these things will stop, and then leadership, especially in 2025, in Nigeria, will be better. We must learn to treat people equally, irrespective of their status, irrespective of their age, because fine, people tend to like treat older people because you are old, they will treat you in some kind of way, and because you're young, they will treat you in some kind of way. Learn to treat people equally. So that is what we are just going through. And I feel like in 2025, if we can all just do those three things, have a voice, be visible, and then make our value known, then it's going to be a better place for all of us. As I speak, another person is speaking, showing up, another person is speaking, showing up, another person comes out to talk about it. It's going to do one or two things in our leadership style in Nigeria. So we just need to help ourselves redefine leadership in this generation. Let's redefine leadership. Do not let us say, oh, because I'm not the president, or I'm not the chairman, I'm not the councillor, I'm not the senator, I'm not the governor, I'm not expected to do this. There are some things that you can do without having those titles. There are some things you can do without having those titles. So let's help in redefining leadership, please. So for this, make sure you're subscribed to this channel, because more interesting topics are going to be discussed on this channel. In the next 1 week, I'll be talking about varieties, and our next topic will be SA through the lens. SA through a creative lens, exploring the culture. That's South Africa through a creative lens, exploring the culture. That's what I'll be talking about next on my live video. So you can always do well to like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos amongst whoever you feel needs to have it. you can share the video amongst them, because I'll be discussing about valuable things, things you will definitely learn from. So thank you for joining my life, everyone. God bless you. Though I will not be going off now, but I will just try to put it on silent mode because I want it to run for some hours. Can you post the next topic you'll be discussing? Thank you. Yeah, I will. Thank you. I will post it. I'll post it. Definitely, I'll post it. Thank you for your support. I'll post it. I'll post it in the group, and I'll also post it ahead on my page, on my channel. I'll post it. So, and it's going to be, I think, on Thursday. My next live is on Thursday, and that's what I'll be talking about. So good to see you, beautiful. Thank you, Sister Tony. Thank you for joining my life. Thank you. So that will be my next video, which will be coming up on Thursday. So please endeavor to be there, because I'm going to be talking about the cultures, exploring South Africa, and all of that. Yeah, I know my sister. I know his sister Tony from Canada. Yeah. So do not miss it, please. So I'll just put it on a silent so that I can do one or two things, then to just be there playing. Thank you. And for those that are just joining, like my sister, all we talked about is leadership in 2025, or leaders in 2025, what they must possess. I mean, the characteristics of a leader in 2025, leaders in this time and age. So, and I mentioned three important characteristics of a leader in this age. And one of them, I actually named them three V's, which are your voice, your visibility, and your value. Yeah, thanks for sharing this new jet. Looking forward to the next. Thank you, Zizak, for joining my life. God bless you. Yeah, Design Hotel. Thank you for joining my life. I don't know if you are just joining now. You've been there since, because I see you're saying thank you for telling us about it. Yeah. So I was just talking about the three V's, which are your voice, your visibility, and your value. Your voice is needed. You don't need. Oh, thank you so much for joining my life, supporting from Can. Oh, thank you. God bless you. So I was just talking about your voice. Your voice is needed to be a leader. Your voice is needed. You can't just sit back and watch people do the job when you can also do it. So your voice is needed. You need to speak up for you to be a leader. You don't need a title in this present age. In 2025, you don't need a title to be a leader. So your voice truly matters. And I gave example of some two ladies that spoke up recently, and it sparked a change, and it also sparked a movement. I talked about Raye, I talked about Ifunanya, I talked about how they spark a movement, and I also spoke about a man that's always speaking the truth, a man that will always come out to say the truth without fear or favor, without being scared of anyone. And I gave an example of Mr. Macaroni, which is Debo. So I gave an example of him too. Then, or just a soft spoken person that will just hit the nail on the head. You don't need to be loud about it, but be clear and concise. That is about voice. Then visibility. You need to show up. Let people see you. This is, you possess a characteristics of a leader. Show up, let people see you. You can't be at the corner of your room and be thinking you want to lead from there. Show up. Online, offline. Show up, let people see you. That's visibility. Then the third one, which I think is the utmost is of utmost importance, is value. You need to have something to give. You need to have something to offer. Your empathy, your influence, your knowledge. People need it. Your integrity. Those are the values you should be able to give. You should be able to offer. And all of these, you don't need to talk about it. People will definitely see it, that this person has integrity. This person is honorable. This person is empathetic. You don't need to tell people, oh, I feel this way about people. You show it in your character. You show it in your everyday today life. People will see it. So that is about value. And I feel like these three V's, if we have it, or we've already been putting it into practice, or we have already explored it in one way or the other, then you are a leader. You don't need to be called the president or senator or chairman of a local government before you see yourself as a leader. Even those ones with title, we don't even know them. We don't even see them. They don't even talk for us. They are not even empathetic. But you, without the title, are able to possess these characteristics, then you are a leader. Thank you for joining my life today. God bless you. So I will still be here on live, but I would not be showing my face. my my quotes will be talking about it further.